Here's a structured signal from FreshNews.ai. Today's headline, AI Visibility Index latest weekly update. Across 13 categories, AI answers continue to cluster around a few dominant brands in each vertical, with notable week-over-week swings for select firms and a long tail of emerging names gaining occasional visibility. Last updated 2026-07-21. Data period 2026-07-20 to 2026-07-26. This report reflects the latest AI visibility data based on responses generated across multiple AI systems, including GPT and Gemini. It shows which brands are currently selected, cited, and recommended in AI-generated answers. Executive summary. Here are 5 takeaways. First, AI visibility remains highly concentrated, with most verticals anchored by 2 or 3 dominant brands, such as CyberArk SailPoint, Ping Identity and Identity Security, and Atlas Van Lines, North American Van Lines, Allied Van Lines, and Moving Services. Second, legal categories, criminal defense, family law, immigration, personal injury, show stable leadership from large national firms, with incremental gains or losses in mentions, but few changes at the very top of each vertical. Third, software-centric spaces like AI agent platforms and customer success platforms feature tightly clustered leaders, such as Intercom, Ada, Salesforce, and Totango, Churn Zero, PlanHat, while brands such as LivePerson, Microsoft, and Drift post notable week-over-week gains. Fourth, device and hardware-oriented categories, motorized shade systems, smart home installation, AV integrators, digital signage, and healthcare continue to be led by established manufacturers and integrators like Hunter Douglas, Lutron, Somfy, AVI-SPL, and Diversified. Fifth, several brands show sharp upward movement from a low base, including Yorktel and Level 3 Audiovisual in AV integrators, REM-E Residential and Maxwell Cates Inc. in co-op and condo management, and UPAC in moving services, reflecting an active long tail of emerging names. Key insights. Here are 4 takeaways. First, most categories show a clear concentration of visibility among 2 to 3 leaders, such as CyberArk SailPoint, Ping Identity and Identity Security, and Atlas North American Allied and Moving Services, while responses still reference a long tail of specialized providers. Second, verticals tied to legal services, criminal defense, family law, immigration, personal injury, are heavily grounded in third-party ranking in directory sources, such as Chambers.com, Martindale.com, and BestLawFirms.com, which act as key authority anchors for AI systems. Third, hardware and device-centric verticals like motorized shade systems and smart home installation see strong cross-linkages to manufacturer domains, such as Lutron.com and HunterDouglas.com, indicating that authoritative product documentation remains a primary signal in AI answers. Fourth, cross-vertical citation overlap is emerging around a few high-authority platforms. Chambers.com leads citations across multiple legal categories, Lutron.com is prominent in both shades and smart home installation, Gartner.com appears in software-centric spaces like customer success and identity security, and AVNetwork.com dominates AV integrators coverage. Cross-vertical summary table. Vertical, top leader, mentions, notable change. AI agent platforms, Intercom, 7. LivePerson gained 3 mentions week over week, 150, while Microsoft, Drift, and Rasa each added 2 mentions, signaling broader competition around the leading trio. AV integrators, AVSPL, 18. Yorktel added 6 mentions after no prior visibility, while Ford Audio Video gained 4 mentions, 200, and Level 3 Audiovisual rose by 3 mentions, 150, all strengthening the competitive field around AVSPL and Diversified. Co-op Condo Property Management, Douglas Element Property Management, 14. REM-E Residential jumped by 5 mentions, 167.7, into the top 3, while Maxwell Cates Inc. added 4 mentions, 400, and ACOM lost 6 mentions, 54.5. Criminal Defense Law, Williams & Connolly LLP, 14. Williams & Connolly LLP rose by 2 mentions, 16.7. Paul Weiss, Rifkin, Wharton & Garrison LLP gained 4 mentions, 57.1, and WilmerHale increased by 5 mentions, 500, intensifying competition among leading firms. Customer success platforms, Totango, 16. No significant movement this week. Digital signage healthcare, Vizix, 8. No significant movement this week. Family law, Cordell & Cordell, 8. Cordell & Cordell added 1 mention, 14.3, while Orsinger, Nelson, Downing, and Anderson LLP appeared with 5 mentions from 0, and Fox Rothels LP grew by 2 mentions, 200. Identity security platforms, CyberArk, 11. CyberArk and SailPoint each dropped 2 mentions, 15.4, and Ping Identity lost 3 mentions, 21.4, while Microsoft gained 1 mention, 20, and IBM rose by 2 mentions, 66.7. Immigration law, Fragaman Del Rey Burnson Lowy LLP, 15. Fragaman Del Rey Burnson Lowy LLP was down 1 mention, 6.3. Barry Appelman and Layden LLP decreased by 5 mentions, 45.5. And Wolfsdorf Rosenthal LLP added 3 mentions, 100, matching other second-tier leaders in this category. Motorized Shade Systems, Hunter Douglas, 11. Hunter Douglas lost 4 mentions, 26.7, and Somfy was down 3 mentions, 25%, while Rolise Acmeda increased by 5 mentions, 167.7. Moving Services, Atlas Van Lines, 15. Atlas Van Lines gained 3 mentions, 25%. North American Van Lines was up 2 mentions, 15.4, and UPAC increased by 3 mentions, 75%. Personal Injury Law, Morgan Morgan, 11. Morgan Morgan dropped 2 mentions, 15.4, while Higgins Berman Sobel Shapiro LLP and Thomas J. Henlaw each appeared with 3 mentions from 0. Smart Home Installation, Savant, 8. Control 4 fell by 4 mentions, 36.4. Crestron lost 2 mentions, 25%. Lutron dropped 3 mentions, 50%. And Vivint added 1 mention, 33.3%. Methodology. This index is based on grounded AI responses generated across multiple models, including GPT and Gemini. Only responses with verifiable sources were included to improve consistency and trustworthiness. Explore full index. Here are 10 takeaways. First link, second link, third link, fourth link, fifth link, sixth link, seventh link, eighth link, ninth link, 10th link. What this means. Here are 3 takeaways. First, across software, hardware, and services categories, AI-generated recommendations currently favor a small group of dominant brands, though week-over-week shifts show that positions within this leading cluster are still fluid. Second, legal and enterprise technology verticals appear especially sensitive to changes in third-party authority signals and documentation, which help sustain or erode visibility for individual firms and platforms. Third, the presence of rising names such as Yorktel, Maxwell Cates Inc., Rolise Acmeda, UPAC, and several law firms indicates that new or previously lower-profile providers can gain meaningful AI visibility over relatively short timeframes. Read more at FreshNews.ai.